You are welcome to the Diamond Stone video channel on YouTube. Please make sure to like and subscribe after watching the video.
In the middle of the summer of 1976, a flood of water covered our village. The guy who pretended that the water was full and turned off, the guy who said he had a long time outside the yin market, and every word that has been heard since summer. It's sweet in a dream. There is no evidence that water is coming into our village. One hot day after July, my father comes home like Kim Sang-sa returning from Vietnam. After a few days of heavy rain, I came back on a bicycle 3,000 miles. My father also went out to the peanut field the next day. I know that the assistant will know that he will not be able to withstand the water, and so will his father. My father used a spicy knife and wiped his sweat with a towel tied around his neck. He hung the field until he was big enough to come home. Then I went to the city of Hinhai Andong again, before the duplication came. Ulagari is going to push her into the ancient village, but she's slandering me and asking me why the moto in El Peanut field. My father, who is learning home again like a stray hand, scolded me. And on August 14th, when I half believed the diary of the sinking written by Hayun Hee, who lived in Bukpo at the time of the woman's Joche Gukchai, even if I ate the Yan market in one bite, half of the Nam River's head was formed like a cliff. Deibijang poured out without resistance. Okay, even if you leave it alone, would you have said that it was submerged in water before and then your upside was turned upside down? Even though I don't remember. The streams that poured down day and night that didn't burn a single piece of the sky. People who didn't even know what the country said and seemed like thunder. The little girl gave up on that pretty and absurd rain. The drowned people took out the rude rope of hope that they were holding on to. Even if it was the nose, I told the sun to rise in my hometown, but I also drove a stake into my crying chest. According to my brother's diary, on the 15th, the moon's Jiangsu Bridge fell into the water the next day. The next day, on the 16th, Gazwon also went into the water before Oppo One Girl Bujia. What do you say long distance? At the entrance of Mokpo village on the Nakdong River, Murawa Iraka is a passport town. Who is there? He captures the village where Bron is located because it is far away. It's a street, the age of street Andong Dam. Every morning, the sun rose as big as bread, but the people who left their hands cracked bread and made a fuss like salted moose. Ingilu's house left yesterday, and it is said that the people who left first know who you are and who remain stable. But the rest of us are not in ruins. When I finish eating, I go up the mountain. I was rotting a sad child in a park next to the dew road. I just felt like I had to do it. Since I was young, Orangbu, who wasn't even sad enough to fall from the same height, was sick of me. It is also used a lot when it comes to urban life that uses electricity. However, when you see the mouth of water really crawling up, why do you look at the North Pole? Your agitated mind floats like a broom. I always get caught, but only the servant is beaten with a hammer while being beaten. If you go, look down at our village, which will be Yongbong in a few days. Consider the meaning of the summer season and the meaning of yesterday's big world and the new year of the house. An ordinary village grass with shoulders attached to the roofs sprays butterfly water from its mouths, ironed quilts and lakes, and our mother's old ginkgo tree is rain. Even a building the size of a house in a chapel was moved into the open. The first blower where the cold air pierced the back of the house. In the winter, where the quiet birds were doing laundry, they looked at the evil as grim as the sun. On a day of honey water, the stream where the sound of miracles was coming from Ongchon Jap came to Son Yongkon. Come on. Don't go to the cave with missing front teeth, the buck plays. Avoid the ball with missing back teeth. Curling iron bastard plays. Don't go. The crumb played with galaxies missing milk teeth. In Hyunai's diary, Ingle Cheong Rock was half locked during the day on August 22nd. Kai, I think there will be water in our peanut field that day. At that time, I scolded and moved as much as I could, and as soon as I could get a peanut bud in my hand, the land would do. Only the crucian carp sucked into the plot stutters. When you peel off the shell, it was the water treasure area where the outline eggs began to form. The address is in urgent need of parai, where water will enter the village within a few days. Even if there is an egg hanging on the plum tree in the outer field, I can't sweat it. I can't wait endlessly for my father who doesn't know when he will arrive. The two of us pack our luggage, leave the sphere behind, beat the gemstone, beat the wasopari and the tiger, and in the meantime cross the road, and the Teikol people go to buy a house. 30,000 one seeding Dong Teikol people. In an instant, our house's main body, hardy man, hit usable timber and usually surpassed 9 years old. Exciting grapes hung on the yard's pump site, and towering trees like liver pears and pigs perished in the rainy season. Moving made finding a car tough. Yago Yago water is a relief if you are worried that the fish that has been left cold may be submerged in water all night. I have no choice but to come with the rain that falls without any harm. The Parliamentary Assembly came to Bagram. Hansil Geojim Jin real power. Naidong Mokpo Lim Yong Hee. Yes, little father carries our luggage. There are a few people who can't leave and carry their luggage with them. It's not going to be dark soon. Park Yong-tae, who was pulling his rubber feet from left and right due to the hurried mud, fell to the floor. Oh my, what about 2 days? I was in really big trouble. C1 is in the middle of the road communal room, and Buzi Ciela, who is in the middle of the road, carries our moving luggage in front of us. Normally, this year I have had a boat test. It was a dark time. Thanks to the rest of you for getting well. Without saying a word of greeting, I crossed the road on the day of the moon to Yain Market and stopped in water. To get to relief, there is only a beep. The road from Minami to India is over 3 times larger ash. Wu Ryongbai went well without coughing, but it's definitely a Kolindo. There is so much anger between acquaintances who go to the exhaust in time that they go there for the first time in their lives. The car is crawling up like a snake, and the rain is getting worse and worse. When Aha catches this scabbard, the woman rises up and becomes depressed like a bull with its horns. Tears and rain and water. A raindrop hit the car window. On a road that is narrower than Mia's road, the driver hurriedly turns a wheel and goes down to the tadpole. The car that was cutting off the exhaust makes the sound of a prepaid haul. No matter how long the language has been holding my arm with a thin hand that is about to float. Yom's eyes. It was like a roe deer with walnuts standing in the greenhouse. On the day of Eon's brother's homeland, the day he left his hometown, when he walked around Upo village Samuti, trees cry. It is said that scholars and adults like Byung Yangsan Jang In Bong cry when Dari sees them. The Minister of Construction, I would have thought I had done my best by paying a few dollars in compensation. Even driving adults who have never left their homeland to an unfamiliar land. The life of good people like Los Tang and Putang begins from that day. In the car following Manbenchong, after passing through Liandong Book Street Market, a rain-mixed song played. Nam Min Soo's wind-like voice stayed with me during that first night, unforgettable. Do you weep? Parting was heart-wrenching.